Hey everybody, and welcome to the Hunter Gatherer channel. Thanks for swinging by. If this is your first time, nice to meet you. And if it's not your first time, thanks for coming back. Today, we're going to discuss... What are we going to discuss? Today, we're going to do a little DIY project. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but when I get to the woods, I usually have a lot of gear with me. I have my backpack, I have a grunt tube, I have some rattling antlers, I have a rangefinder maybe, and they all need a place. I don't want them just dangling here or there or making noise. You could use one of those screw-in hangers to put your gear on. It has some hooks on them, but you're screwing it into the tree. And if you're hunting on public land, a lot of public land you're not allowed to screw anything in. And a lot of private land, those guys don't want you doing it either. Whether it's your own land, you know, nice maple tree or oak tree that might be timber someday, you don't want to be screwing something in there. So really, it's better to have something that you can use just anywhere and that's not going to damage any trees. So I've got a couple of options to discuss. The first one is this. This is a daisy chain am steel line. You see every like 2 inches, I ran these through each other and it knots it. I mean, that's not coming loose. It's not going to break. This stuff is, you can hang by this. It's so strong. And what you do is you get to your tree, you get climbed up, whether you're using a saddle, whether you're using a regular tree stand, a climber, ladder stand, or if you're hunting on the ground, and like a homemade ground blind with natural like twigs and branches. You just find a tree that you're next to, you take this and you hook it around itself. So you'll wrap around the tree and then you'll take one end and girth hitch it through and say this is the tree, or say my arm is the tree. It'd go down to the lowest one and then take and hang your backpack off a hook, and that would keep it strengthened, you know, nice and tight, so you can hang anything else off of it. And I built this a while ago. I built this actually last year, and I used it a couple times, and I liked it, and I don't have any problem with it. I mean, it gets so small and compact, you can stick it just about anywhere, and yeah, as I try to get it all in one hand, and it doesn't take much room, and it weighs like, I don't know, an ounce. It's just so light. You don't even know it's there. The one thing that I did have a little bit of an issue with is when you hook it around something and you have it tight, these are kind of snug, so you got to really kind of work to get into the hole. So just to reach up and hang something, if you're wanting to hang something quick and easily, it's not easy accessible. So I thought, why not try something else? Now, Tethrd makes something called a HYS strap. And it's really awesome, patent pending, but they also, on their forum, they have the instructions on how to make one. They aren't really hard to build, and my plan is today, I was going to buy one. They're $25 on their website, and they're really great quality product, but they're out of stock. And I kind of want to try one out this year, and since they're back orderable, but I didn't want to wait. And since I have the ability to make something, I figured why not make it, and I'll show you guys how to do it. So I swung by today. I was in Rochester, in Henrietta, and they just happened to have an REI store there. And so I bought myself some, let's see here, some tubular webbing, which is kind of like a ratchet strap, except for it's 2 layers here and it's sewn together. It's really strong. It's climbing rated, and I got green and I've got some red, and I also have these here. Where did I put it? Right here. A T-hook, and those are some items that you're going to need, and I think that's about it. Oh yeah. Sewing machine. I know. You guys, some of you guys have some beliefs that maybe guys shouldn't run the sewing machine, or maybe it's a feminine thing, but I gotta tell you, it's pretty awesome. If you can handle one of these, you can build some awesome things. We're gonna work on building some awesome things once in a while, so whether you think it's cool or not, or whether you think it's girly or not, I don't care, because I'm gonna learn how to do some DIY things. And hey, if you're here to figure out how to DIY this, you probably have one of these babies sitting at your house too. The last thing that I have is some thread. This is nylon. You don't want to use just anything. You want something that's going to be heavy duty. This is 100% nylon thread, and it says it's for upholstery use. I'm sure there's some even stronger stuff somewhere. I got this at the local Walmart, but it is 100% nylon. It said it's UV resistant, and it said that it was strong. So I'm not going to be using this for climbing purposes, but I was when I researched it, it said use 100% nylon, and that's what this is. So let's get to sewing. If you Google Tethrd HYS strap, there's a short video online. You can watch that. I'll see if I can link it below. I'm not sure exactly how to do that yet, but I'll look into it. But they use 200 inches of 3/4 inch. This is 1 inch just because that's what they had, and I happen to have 1 inch T-hooks, so that'll be fine. The 3/4 inch will obviously be a little bit lighter weight, a little less bulk. So what I've done here, I bought 15 feet, which is 178 inches, and they suggested using 200 inches on their website. If you have 15 feet of tubular webbing, this is the measurements. So I go from the end, and I measured in 72 inches. And that is my center mark. I know 72 isn't half of 178. But the point is that you want one longer and one shorter length. And that's what you have here. So you make a mark at the center. I used a Sharpie. I'm not too worried about the black mark on there. It'll be fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a loop right here. But you don't want to just make a flat loop. You want to twist it like so, so that it doesn't close completely. And you can spin it either way you want to. And then you're going to sew right here, just to hold it in place. Once again, you're using either nylon thread, and I'm going to sew it and reverse it back and forth a couple times just to make sure it's in holding well. Well, I was going to. I got to turn it on first. All right, that's good. There we go. So we have the loop, right? Now, the next thing we want to do is make some measurement marks. This next part is very important. You want to look at your strap, and you want to make sure that you have your long strap on the top. Okay? And what we're going to do is take your tape measure, and we're going to run down through this whole thing, but we're going to start at this first point, right at the sew mark, and we are going to make marks with our Sharpie every 3 inches. We got one there, 3, 6, 9. All right, and so on. Then we're going to move the long strap out of the way, and we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it every 2 inches. Okay, so 2. Okay, And all you people that are really smart, or the ones that looked at the picture, or the ones that whatever, know what's going on next, right? So you have your 2-inch mark below, and you have your 3-inch mark above, and you're going to match them up. And then you're going to stitch that. And then you're going to match this one up. And you're going to stitch that. And you see how it's making that loop with the excess material? That is what you're going to be able to hang stuff on and not have to fight with the piece. If it was like this and just stitched, you're going to be really struggling because they're both going to be pulled. This is going to mostly be pulling on the back side, but you're going to have that loop out front. All right, so let's get doing that. And I believe my calculation is I'm going to have, I think, 35 of those loops. So I got a bunch to do. So I'm going to get marking all of these, and then I'll let you see the sewing. So I've made all my marks. And you may be wondering about this red piece here, but if you watched the video or saw the picture or whatever, then you know. So this is going to hook this T-hook on. So I'm going to sew that on first before we get going on the grooves here, or the loops here. So let's see here. This is the spot. That's better. All right. And then we're going to take our T-hook and put it through here. And back through here. Like so. And then we're going to just take this and make ourselves a little loop. So that way you don't lose your T-hook. So now that we have that sewn on, we're going to start with this first loop. Again, we have 2-inch marks underneath and 3-inch marks on the top. So we're going to match the first one up. And that's what you get. 34 more to go. There's the last one. And my calculation was off a little bit because I had 2 more to do on the long one. But I'm gonna just take it like this. And we're gonna sew it right together at the end. And then I'm gonna cut that other piece off and melt it so that it doesn't fray. Well, there it is. You got your HYS strap, and you can strap this in around the tree, right? And then you hook it in to whatever loop is the closest for the tree size, and then you tighten her down, lock it in place. It'll be hanging there, it'll have some dangling. You can hook stuff to that or around this. Or if you don't want to use the strap that we've got there, the T-strap, the T-hook, you can send it down through here and just girth hitch it and then hook something on there. You can do it either way. Whatever your preference is. So, this is it right here. However you want to hook it together. It is a little bit, or quite a bit, bigger than this, right? You got this one, you got this one. And I'm probably going to make another one of these, but I'm going to do a little bit longer on one side than the other and see if that'll make it stick out like this. I kind of just like doing these DIY projects to just see what you can do. So that's the HYS strap and that's the other rope. They're both public land legal, and you don't have to put a hole in a tree or carry some piece of metal that can make some noise. And you can hook multiple things on both of these, and a lot of times those other hangers you can only hook 2 or 3 things to them. So there you go. Okay, hey, if you guys like these DIY projects, let me know. I've got multiple other things that I want to build and or sew or cut or weld or whatever. So if you like them, let me know in the comments below or give a thumbs up. I just want to thank you guys for watching the video. I hope it was enjoyable. I really did like making this. I've got a lot of cleanup. I'm going to have to take the scissors around and cut all these pieces of thread off. Maybe I can get one of my girls to do it. That'd be awesome, but I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep on watching if you would. That would be great. If you liked it, do a like, comment, and share the video. And it'd be awesome if you would click the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We really want to get to 1,000, but we're going to start with 500. We're only about 170 away. Or not 170 away. That'd be awesome. But we're about 370 away. Yeah, that's it. So, anyway, thanks again. Thanks for watching. We love you. God loves you. And we'll see you next time. And happy hunting. 2 days till archery season.